Good blessed July the 1st, 2025. The time being about 7:32 a.m. I greet all human beings all around the world, all around the world, all around the world, all around the world, all around the world with the universal greetings of peace and the blessings of God be with you. It doesn't matter what your political, philosophical, personal, nor your religious beliefs may be. It doesn't matter whether you're the richest to the poorest person on the face of this earth. It doesn't matter whether you the proclaimed toughest to the proclaimed weakest person on the face of this earth. It doesn't matter if you're my family, friends, nor my proclaimed enemies. It doesn't matter whether you like me or anything that I say or do. That's your prerogative. You have a First Amendment to the United States Constitution, a freedom of press, a freedom of speech, a freedom to protest, a freedom to associate, and a freedom to gather. If you are a felon, you want to check with your local law enforcement officials to see if it's legal for you to do any of the above that I just mentioned. If you're on probation or parole, you want to do the same. You want to check with your probation or your parole officer to see whether or not you violating your probation or your parole. I'm up here on what they call the Lincoln Trail, sponsored by the Mississippi County Heart Health Coalition, the Mississippi County Health Department. I'm up here on, it's a track that was built up here some years ago, maybe a decade or so ago. And I just want to show you, I believe the city has jurisdiction over it. They maintains it and whatever need to be done. But I just want to show you what the track look like now, decades later. You know, everything else that the city has in the, here the city in the Charleston, Missouri, Mississippi County, they updated the parks and things like this. But this is on the predominantly black side of town. We have city councils, we have a mayor, we have a city attorney, we have a city manager. And I wonder, once they got elected this year, have any of them took time to come over here and look at the condition of this track? I'm gonna take you around the whole track, and it's been this way for decades. And another thing is, they have a lot of events here, sometime for the 4th of July, sometime for Labor Day. And then these groups have revivals, and, you know, some of the preachers have revivals. Some of these groups, they have programs on here for our children. But I wonder, you know, most of them have ventures where they collecting some type of finance. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But I wonder, do they ever take time to look at the condition of this track? And then not only that, do they take time to come together collectively and go downtown to the city and ask, can they upgrade this maintenance? I want to show you something else, the police. Every time I come around somewhere to somebody, then I believe, let me see where you're going. Somebody calls the police most times that I'm up here, and I just seen somebody arrive at the CF Bowen Center. I'm not gonna say they called, but you know, for some reason, some people think they own the CF Bowen Center, the track and things like that. But let's take a walk around this track. This is the thing that I'm on right now here in the 700 block of South Cy Williams Avenue, or Cy Williams Street, or it used to be Elm Street. But I just want y'all to see the condition. We'll start here. This been cracking up, I'm talking about, for decades. And you know, it's another thing as far as the people in the community. You'll see these things here. Each one of these, they had some type of exercise thing up, and I don't blame the city for this, I blame some of the people in the community if the shoe fit wear. My children, they might have been like 7 and 8 years old or 6 or 7 years old. Matter of fact, one of them was born in 05 and the other one was born in 06, and neither one of these was built, but they was able to play. This is what you used to be able to do with this, but some people in Charleston, Missouri tore it up. So, it ain't here. You see what I'm saying? Now, let's go down. Well, let's keep on looking at the condition of the ground. And the reason why I'm showing it, it don't really bother me, because the people in the community have to be the one that's concerned. When you bring your children up here at these events that these people get millions of dollars for, you would probably want, but some of them don't care. But I'll guarantee you, you are not going in the predominantly white neighborhood where parks and things is at. You're not going there to see this type of stuff. And the maintenance part, I feel the city should be doing. I'm not going to go down and complain because I'm not worried about it. You see what I'm saying? I just want y'all to see, you see this? And it don't get any better. And I believe it was another thing somewhere in between, some type of exercise thing, but it might have not been. But like I said, the people that's getting the grant money, they bring the events here that draws money. Sometimes you'll see all in the streets, all up and down the street, cars and vendors. But none of them seem to see anything wrong with this here. I give it to the city. They did cut some of the trees down that was leaning over. And another thing is, this is one of the other exercise things you can see, where somebody in the community, not the city, not the white folks, but the black folks, it's a shoe fit wear. You used to have, this was you used to have, but you could see it's broke off. You could see the cracks continue to go around the whole track. Okay. And another thing is, the white folks don't come over here breaking glass and throwing trash out here. Now, they used to have trash cans out here. We're going to get down all the way back around, and you'll see the one trash can hidden up in the corner. But, I just want you to just continue to look here. You see what I'm saying? And they've been getting money where they fixing up all the parks. But it don't seem like they have any focus on this. They cut the grass sometime. I don't know if this part of the thing or not, you know what I mean? But I just want you to just see. All up and down. You see how it's cracking up? If the white folks don't come over here and do this, sometime me and one of my neighbors, we come down all the way down here to unplug this and unplug some of the drains here. It's on the city to do it. You know what I mean? You see how that, it'll accumulate and then it'll flood all the way down. But we'll get back to the park. You see how you're going all the way around? You see how this is? And a lot of people say, well, he complained. It's not a thing of complaining. I grew up in what they call the infamous Cabrini Green, the most notorious housing projects in the country, and we live better than this. The people that had the food programs. I hear something. Look like a cat either being attacked or something. This, I don't know if this is a sinkhole or somebody got stuck up in here or something or not. I don't know if you can see how deep the hole is. But that's not a big issue. But I just want y'all to just see. It's going all the way around. You see what I'm saying? And I know the city getting millions of dollars. Millions of dollars. It's going all the way around the track. And like I said, in the summer, like you'll see all these black vendors out here, making money. And, sometimes you be so focused on yourself and money, you don't care about what's going on in your community and you paying taxes. You see this? And like I said, they done fixed up every park that the city has. Now this may still be the only thing. They couldn't get them up out of the, my kids when they was younger, they used to balance their feet. This is probably one of the only things that they didn't tear up because they can't pull it up out the ground. I imagine if they had a tractor or something like that there, they would pull it up out of the ground. And this is the shoe fit wear because it's evidence that somebody been tearing it up. And this is another thing that I can't understand. You know, people complain. You see all this glass broken. This is something regularly that some of the people, I don't know if they're in the community, but 9 out of 10 times some black folks done did this here. Now you got some white folks that come over with some of the black guys and black females, but this is another. You see how it's tore up? Hopefully don't no kids come over with their shoes off. That's broken glass, alcohol glass. You see how this is tore up? And there's no excuse for it because it's been like this here for decades. You see what I'm saying? I'm talking about it's been like here for decades. Just like the basketball court that the Charleston, Missouri Housing Authority is over. And I put on video so many times, they redid it. And then they pacify some of the individuals and they get to putting their names on the basketball court. No disrespect to nobody, but they don't care nothing about y'all. But that's y'all. You see what I'm saying? As long as me and my 2 daughters is all right, that's all right with me. You see how tore up it is? Look at it, all cracked up. Where's the millions of dollars going? Out of a couple of decades, wouldn't you be able to contribute some money to over here? See how it's tore up? You know, they just had a big sinkhole in Cape. You see that? You see this? You see how that's coming up? It's almost like when moles be digging up in people's yards. But you see this? Now see, if somebody called the police, what they think that I'm doing is focusing on them. When you're doing wrong, you think somebody that stand up for justice, you think that they are doing something concerning you cracked up. You see that? Let's go to this other crack. You see all that? Look at that. Now this might be one of the other things that I don't think they tore anything up off of. This is another thing that they didn't tear up. And you can see the cracks here. I'm gonna go down to where I began that, just to show you it's cracked. Grass growing all the way around because of the cracks. It's the only trash can that I see out here. You can't, in a little bit, you ain't gonna be able to see it because all the weeds. I guess they don't have weed eaters, but to each his own though. But you can see again, cracks around the whole thing. I guess they don't have no blowers when they cut the grass, but to each his own, you know. But see, you go in the predominantly white neighborhood, or where where the other parks is at, you don't see this here. You see what I'm saying? You don't see it. That's one of the drains there. There's not more cracks, but we back down to where we was at. You see what my YouTube videos did for the basketball courts? Didn't nobody tell me they appreciate it. Some other people took credit for it. Once upon a time, though, this housing authority runs this here, Charleston, Missouri Housing Authority. Once upon a time, all them poles was completely rusted. The ground where you see it's blue at now, it was just like this here, grass growing in it. And the benches was wooden, and they had splinters all rotten out. But sometimes when you put people on notice, things change. I'm gonna leave out. Peace. Well, I did my part, and I just wanted to just show other people besides the people here in Charleston, Missouri, Mississippi County. what's going on. Let's look at the police again.
They go to police again. Somebody, they definitely, they definitely probably called them and told them that I'm doing something up here. Anything that I'm doing is legal. But like I said, I seen somebody that work over here at the Lincoln School pull in that don't like me, and so all of a sudden the police come, you know, as if he patrolling the back there is the projects. But I'm gonna leave like I came. Peace be still.